Welcome back, friends. Welcome back. Really lovely to see you again. Thank you for joining every single day. Pat yourself on the back for being part of this campaign. It's just 30 minutes of your day, and such amazing and vital information and practices. It's like what we call an essential service for self. And joining me today is a very special person, Dr. Nelago Amagulu Iyinbo. I hope I got that right. But Doc, really happy that you are with us today. Before we get into our little chat, I'd just like to encourage that we take a moment to breathe, that we take a moment just to arrive. Some of us are really busy. We're working harder than ever. And Doctor, I know that you are flat out insanely busy at the moment. So I think just to have a breath and just to bring ourselves into the present moment is something essential. And we can do this regularly, not just in this session too. So please join me, your feet firmly on the ground and your back nice and comfortable and straight in your chair. Let's take a moment to breathe in through the nose, breathing in deeply, and saying good morning to our body and nervous system, and then breathing slowly out the nose, feeling that breath of life, and breathing in again. Imagine healing coming into your body, and imagine healing going out into the world. And now breathing into your heart. Let's open the heart for everyone. Take a moment, and we give again on the exhale. Let's just take a moment to identify what it is today that we are grateful for. I know it's not easy to find something to be grateful for when all around is dark clouds, problem, threats, fear. But we can always find something, right? Always find something. Let us blink our eyes open. And lovely to see everyone. I would love to hear from you in the Q&A. I know I've been encouraging you to engage, but pop in the Q&A. What is it that you're grateful for? Let's share a moment of gratitude and express what we are grateful for today. Dr. Nelago, what are you grateful for today? Welcome.
I'm grateful to be alive. I work in a hospital at this devastating time where people go just like that. And to recover myself, having gotten COVID and recovered and be active and back at work, doing what I do, life becomes precious. Being able to say thank you for the air that I breathe, that my lungs are good post-COVID. There are no ill effects afterwards, and I'm grateful for that. A lot of people are not. Every breath is precious, and it's a fight for those that are suffering from this devastating disease. So I'm truly thankful. It's brought air, oxygen into perspective. It's supposed to be free, but these days it isn't, you know. So I'm grateful for that, really. Yeah.
Just a little bit of background, friends. Dr. Nelago is the superintendent at Katutura State Hospital, and she's an obstetrician and a gynecologist, and now is the superintendent of the hospital. So it's got quite a powerful role. I'm just having a look at the chat. Wendy is saying, I'm grateful for my job, my family, and my health. And Anonymous is saying, I'm grateful for every breath I have. And there we go, Doctor. You know, the breath, how we just take it for granted. And when your breath is compromised, then we know, oh my gosh, you know, we can survive we can survive 3 weeks without food. We can survive 3 days without water, but we can't survive 3 minutes without breath. Wendy saying, grateful for friends. Anonymous, I'm grateful for my son's health. Wonderful. Grateful for the gift of family, children, health, and a job. There's another 2 comments coming through. Dafa and Susan says, I'm grateful for life and my family. Where's this other comment? Dafa says, I'm grateful for healing and for family. Family is a big one to be grateful for, right? Maureen, I'm grateful to be alive and healthy, to still have a family that alive, that care. So important. Family, friends, gratitude all around, and it's lovely to express gratitude today. Dr. Nilago, you know, you are a frontline worker. You are brave. You've contracted the virus yourself. You've recovered. You know, you put your life on the line for other people every single day. You are a hero, and you are a frontline worker. And you are in a leadership position in this chaotic pandemic. Please just tell us a little bit about what it's like to be in the environment that you are in.
It's hard. We soldier on. I think as a country, I don't think we really expected to have this 3rd wave be as devastating as it has been and is at present. The first 2 waves were relatively mild. We had almost no admissions to hospitals. ICUs were like 1 bed, you know, 1 patient, 2 patients. And the 3rd wave came with the variants that are going around. And it was loads of patients at a time, with literally an overnight demand on available health resources, that is nurses, doctors, beds, available beds in hospitals. And that really happened practically overnight. I work in a public facility, a state facility, where when beds are fully used up, especially in the private sector, the only road, especially for commerce, Windhoek, is, well, all roads lead to Katutura, as they're saying these days. And we don't have the luxury of turning people away. We can't tell people, sorry, we don't have a bed. We have to make a plan. And we've been converting wards into COVID units to be able to accommodate more and more patients. And even the stress of the availability of oxygen in terms of bulk oxygen that is able to come in country, and it's primarily coming from South Africa, that is hard hit with this current 3rd wave as well. It's really been stressful because sometimes what is available from the suppliers is simply just not enough to meet the demand that is there. You're getting in our casualties, our emergency unit, from 45 to 50 patients who are desaturating into their 50s, 60s in desperate need of oxygen. And you are waiting on suppliers to bring you cylinders of oxygen. So that's been stressful, mentally, psychologically, physically draining on the healthcare workers on the ground. And for me, I think especially as a hospital administrator, because everyone looks to you to provide what is required. And in this crisis, you've not always been able to do so because you're dependent on what is available in country. But I've been so grateful for the tremendous assistance and donations that have come in from Namibians, you know, the corporate Namibia, with oxygen donations, truckloads that are coming in weekly of bulk oxygen that is being provided to public facilities. The Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry and partners, I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because that is great relief to a lot of people that otherwise there was just no hope, you know. So I'm truly grateful for that. The amazing men and women, individual groups, corporates, ShopRite, they're cooking meals for our frontline workers. And that is amazing psychotherapy for the workers. Just knowing that people out there care about you, they love you, and they're finding in their myriad little ways. How can they step in to make this load lighter for you? So they've been bringing meals at night, great soups, refreshments, energy drinks, and the staff on the ground are so appreciative. We've had a great company that has come in through the collaboration of doctors on the ground that are bringing food hampers, like literally grocery hampers for our nurses, and they've made a commitment to do this going forward as long as this pandemic is here. And I'm talking a full grocery household package, you know, oil, tinned goods, omahangu, rice, everything that would enable a frontline worker, especially the nurses, to rest easy while at work, knowing that there's food at home, and they don't have that time. They're working 12-hour shifts. So you can imagine a shift that starts at 7, ends at 7 p.m. There isn't time to go shopping. On your one day off, it's time to rest and regroup. So truly, that assistance and holding hands with us in these ways has been brilliant psychotherapy for us. It has given us that extra oomph to try harder, to do better, to the best of our abilities for the patients that are coming to us. Because we know we're not in this alone, and we have been getting sick, and we're out of work for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and sometimes even not fully recovered. We have to be back at work because we're so desperately needed at this time. So it has helped a lot knowing that there are people out there who appreciate what we do, the sacrifices we're making, not only in terms of our personal lives, being exposed to patients that are COVID positive day in and day out, but the possibility and the risks of potentially taking this home to family and children. That takes a great mental toll on one's mental health and psyche. But we carry on. We soldier on, and surely we shall overcome. So this storm shall pass. It has to pass, as all storms do, though there's been great devastation that will be left in its wake. So, but we're thankful. Even being able to be here, Mark, to speak to you, and it's a bit of venting and letting it all out is helping.
We're also grateful for the work that you do and what you are currently doing. I mean, there's just a few comments coming through. Riette is also expressing gratitude for her family. Anonymous is saying, wish you God's strength, Dr. Amagulu, with the whole health team. You're doing a marvelous job. And we are applauding you. And as you mentioned the word storm, you are a captain of the ship in the storm. And I think, as you say, we're right in the middle of it, and it's worse now than it's ever been. I know even with the South African situation, people are struggling to get a bed. I know in Namibia, it sounds to me, it's just warming my heart that people are collaborating, helping, looking after the front workers. I mean, it warms my heart to hear how, even with meals and whatever support is needed, that you and your colleagues are getting, which is absolutely something to be so grateful for, and shows the power of human spirit. And my goodness, you deserve all the support and help and love and care that you can possibly get. And I implore everybody that's on this call, and I know these sessions are being recorded and they're going out to a wider audience, but let's take a moment to acknowledge people like Dr. Nelago and the people working in the hospitals. As she says, it's really, really difficult to know that you could take this virus home to your family, and you are putting yourself in the front line directly where the fight is. And you really are a true hero, Doctor. Really, I'm humbled by being with you today and in the presence of a real hero. At this time, Doctor, we clinging for hope. We looking for hope. We are battered by the waves, and the message today is one of gratitude. And a lot of people are practicing gratitude. I'm advocating that we practice gratitude. Why do you think that this now is is why do you think people like gratitude? I mean, if I tell people to journal gratitude, they normally do, you know. But if I tell them to meditate for 30 minutes, they say, "Ah, no, I'm not. I can't do that. I don't have time." But I like to express gratitude. Why is this, Doc? Why do you think?
I think it helps you take stock of the many blessings that we, under normal circumstances, just take for granted. You know, when you're well and healthy, you have no medical issues, you're well fed, there's a roof over your head, there's a tendency to forget that millions of others don't have that. Good health is not something that everybody out there has, everybody has. So when you are able to take stock of the blessings, good health, family that are able to contract this thing and recover, it helps you appreciate them more. It helps you appreciate the fact that you have a job, the fact that so many others are being laid off. As we speak right now, the industrial oxygen that was being supplied to mines for mining activities has been stopped in country, so that whatever available oxygen is now being diverted for medical use. So there are countless workers in mines who are not going to be employed right now because the source of their operations is being diverted to save lives. So in one aspect, that's a great thing because you're focusing on lives that have to be saved. On the other side is the negative effect of people that must be retrenched, laid off work because these mines can't function. So when we look at all of this, we are grateful that as much as we are the arrow tip in terms of head-on collision with this pandemic, we are able to work, we are employed, and we're in great demand at this time. So for most healthcare workers, health-related workers, even if it's cleaners, drivers, porters, the auxiliary medical staff, physiotherapists, social workers, psychotherapists, oh my God, many of those are required. They're at a time where their skills and their training are in high demand right now. So they're fortunate enough to be able to secure work and have work. But for a lot of people in the business arena, shops are closing left, right, and center. Industries are closing right, left, and center. And people are losing work. A lot of companies are downscaling operations simply because of the way the economy has been hard hit. So when we take stock of all of that, we are grateful. We are grateful that we are not out on the street and we have life and we can give back. That in itself is something to be grateful for. It makes me feel great. It makes me want to give praise to my God. You know, before this pandemic hit, at home we were teaching our daughter, you know, simple prayers, and we used to say, "Thank you, God, for my lungs that I can breathe. Thank you for my heart that beats. Thank you for my eyes that I can see." And it was so simple and almost monotonous, but the impact of those prayers and those words never hit like now. So when we pray with her, she's 7, by the way, when we pray with her and we say, "Thank you, God, for my lungs, for the air that I breathe," it has a deeper meaning. It has a deep, deep meaning, and the gratitude that is coming out of that prayer is truly heartfelt. It's no longer words, because both of us have had COVID. I got COVID. I probably gave it to my baby, to Shewa, and luckily she was asymptomatic for the duration of that acute phase. So she was playing, running around, but the anxiety for me of, oh my God, Shewa, you gotta stay in your room. She wants to come into the guest room where our self-isolating. It was really difficult. But to be able to say, "Father, I'm truly thankful that I'm well, that she's well. My husband is COVID-free." That's a miracle in itself. He's a doctor, by the way, too. How he remained COVID-free with the rest of the household. Even our nanny contracted the virus. We all recovered, you know. So when we look at all of this, when we say, thank you, thank you. We mean it, because we've been at that place where it could have been worse. We could have been in desperate need of hospitalization, and we weren't. And we're in a position we are back at work and we can contribute and we can give back. And truly that giving back, we are even thankful for that. We are even thankful for that. So it means a lot. And when we say it, it's truly heartfelt.
I can hear that prayer is a big practice for you in terms of encouraging gratitude, and you giving your daughter the best gift ever. And that's the gift of gratitude, because it lifts our mood, it saves us from depression and from spiraling downward into chaos. I would like to lead us into a short gratitude practice. If I can have that space, would you like to join me in the practice?
Sure. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, friends, we're going to practice just a little bit of gratitude, a feeling of gratitude, sitting where you are with your feet firmly on the ground. Let's be grateful for another deep breath. Let's breathe in and breathe for those that are unable to. Breathing in and slowly exhaling out the mouth. Let's reflect now on our journey in life, and particularly your feet. Wiggle your toes. Be aware of your feet. And think about all the places that you've been, the journey that your feet have made, whether they've been walking down the corridors of the hospital, or whether they've been exercising, running, they've been traveling, they've been going to visit many different places. Think about your journey and be grateful for the journey that we've been on in this life. Move our gratitude up our legs, and I hope all your legs are working fine. But yeah, just to think, in the morning we get out of bed, we stand, and to feel gratitude for being able to stand, to be able to walk. We move this gratitude now up, and we feel the contact with the chair, and we're grateful for a comfortable chair and clothing that's on our body that is keeping us warm. We are grateful for every breath we can feel in our abdomen, in our stomach. As we breathe, we can feel that movement. And we're grateful that our digestion is working and that we were able to eat something and it's moving through us, and that we have abundance in what we can eat and enjoy, drink. We are grateful for all our organs working to keep us alive. We are grateful even now for our back, as you can feel resting against the chair, that you stand up for what you believe in, and that your spine, every vertebrae, is keeping you upright. We are grateful, moving across into the chest. Breathe, another breath. Feel the chest expand and contract. Feel gratitude for your lungs. If you've recovered from the virus, that your lungs can still work, and that your heart is beating. And I'm grateful for my heart because it keeps working for me. I'm grateful for my arms, and I'm grateful for all the people that I've hugged and I've held and I've nurtured. I'm grateful for all the love and the family and the friends I've had in my life. And maybe we don't get so many hugs anymore, but I'm grateful for the people I've hugged, and my hands, I work, I give. If you're a doctor, you give vaccinations, injections, and you help people with your hands, and you write, you type, you nurture, you plant, you build, you grow. Feel your hands and feel grateful for your hands. And moving that now, gratitude into your ears, you can hear, your nose, you can smell, and you can taste with your mouth. I'm grateful for the things I can hear and we can see with our eyes. Many can't hear or see. We still have these functioning abilities. Grateful for my brain that I can process and make sense of all this information that's coming through my senses. And I can feel love and I can understand and I can help and I can be helped. And my skin that surrounds my body is so resilient. If it's cut, it heals. If it's bruised, it recovers. Just like me, I can be resilient. Let's take in another deep breath, friends. And exhale. Thank you for that short practice in gratitude. I'd like to give homework, please, friends. If you are struggling to sleep at night and you're lying in bed before you go to sleep, or you can't sleep, move your awareness through your body like a body scan and just be grateful for who you are. And if you want to, a gratitude journal. I have my gratitude journal. Every day you can write down 5 things that you are grateful for every day. And you start to see your smile getting bigger and bigger every day, because you realize that life is worth living and that we will recover and there's hope, but we can still maintain our resilience and our mental health and our happiness. And Dr. Nelago, you are a prime example of someone that is seeing the worst of what this can do, of what's happening, and yet you are here today to tell your story and to express your gratitude and show us your happiness and your resilience. And we salute you for that. Yeah. Thank you for being with us today, Doctor. Is there anything that you'd like to say to end?
I think I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that is with us. Everyone, please keep safe. Practice the preventative measures. And if you have an opportunity, please get vaccinated. And we really need to get to that critical mass of the population that is vaccinated, because that is what is going to get us closer to normal. So that's what I'd like to say. Keep safe when you're out there. Yeah, thank you.
So Doctor, we just keep up the good work, and we support you from our hearts. We love you. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and to your team. Please be well and look after yourselves. Friends, as you know, this will be recorded and available. We'll be on tomorrow again. We won't be on during the weekend, but definitely during the week. Please encourage people to join, to share the material. It's of great benefit and of great help. Let us bring awareness into what people are doing on the front line, people like Dr. Nelago. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I can't stop speaking. I can't stop immersing myself in her absolute grace and amazing beauty. But Doctor, we have to leave. Our time is now up. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Please be well. Keep safe.